We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up and clicking the play button. Hopefully you hit that like button as well. Before we start, I want to say happy, amazing birthday to my beautiful and wonderful, great, phenomenal wife of 27 years, 27 long, hard years in the joint. Met when we was 15 years old. I ended up messing up by getting her pregnant right before we went to college when we were 18 years old. We went to the same university that my big brother graduated from, that JoJo ended up going to school and getting his engineering degree and master's, and that my daughter still attends as well for her engineering degree. She's moving into her 3rd year. Only saying all that to say we created some history. Neither one of us had our fathers in our lives. Neither her mom was on drugs. My dad was on drugs. I didn't have my mother nor father in my household, but we turned out okay. And I like to say it's because somebody prayed for us. When we were in church, and when we were in church a lot, we used to sing a song during morning devotion that says, somebody prayed for me, had me on their mind, took the time and prayed for me. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed. I'm so glad they prayed for me. And that's something that we sung all the time because that's a real deal. That's a big deal. Sometimes you don't even know it, but somebody is lifting up your name and your family in Jesus' name, and they are interceding on your behalf. And because of that, I can't say that I did any of this by myself. I can only say that God is absolutely amazing, and for that, He blessed me with an awesome dope wife and dope children and an amazing support group. And I'm so thankful. That's why every time I start off my show, I want to know, have y'all giving thanks to God just for the blessings that He has bestowed upon you and your families. So yeah, happy birthday to my baby. On June 28th was Van Jr.'s birthday. So June 28th is Van Jr.'s birthday. June 29th was my nephew Percy's birthday. And today, June 30th, is my wife's birthday. She's turning 35 for the 12th time. And also July 10th, next week, in a week and a half, is my baby girl's birthday, Gravy, who's turning 20, man. The older that they get, the sadder I get because I really took I dived into this fatherhood, being a father and being a husband. And that was the only thing that I really was great at. And everyone's getting older and, you know what I mean? Y'all know how it is. But do me a favor. Hit the like button, guys. Thank y'all so much for all the love. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. Please let me know where you're watching this morning, where you're listening to our Morning Vantage, episode number 53. Please let me know where you're listening to it. And give me a highlight of your weekend inside of the chat, or something that you're thankful or grateful for. Shout out to Nanny, Michelle. Welcome back. She went to Illinois to go visit family, have a good time. Hopefully you did have a good time and you got the reboot and regroup and you're refreshed and everything. Shout out to Shane, Courtney, shout out to B, all of my blues, man. Much love to you guys for always being here and supporting the family. Let me see. That's why, hold on, one. What Casey McDaniel say? That's why I can't go to a lot of black churches today. They care nothing about spiritual growth, but worldly political gain. 1,000%. That's one reason why it's so difficult for me to pick out a new church home, because um, everything seems so heavy on wanting to receive money and position themselves politically. And you're absolutely right. I would much rather grow in my walk with Christ rather than see the pastor get all fat and rich off of my dime and everybody else in the church house, um, just because they know how to become a master manipulator. All right. So yeah. Shout out to Jared, who pulls up all the time. He said, "My only son left Louisiana for the big army, man. Much love to you and your son, man. You must have did a great job. Thank you so much for all of the birthday love for my wife and for my son. Y'all are dope. I really appreciate it." A righteous perspective. What's going on, Wise? How you doing, big dog? What's up, Elephant family? Let's make it a great week. God bless you all, man. Much love to Righteous Perspective. If y'all not already following this young man, y'all make sure y'all do just that. He is cooking. Much love to him, man. And much love to you all. All right, so we got a lot to discuss today. I was not on social media a lot this weekend. I was spending time with my family. I was spending a lot of time with my family. I got VIPs that's probably mad at me. Van, what you doing? I need some help with this, that, and other. I'm spending time with my family. You hear me? That's what I'm doing, man. I'm spending time with my family, just like today. Today we're going to have the 8 o'clock. We're gonna have the 8 o'clock coaching call, but we will not have the 11:30 joint because I will be with my family. I will be taking my wife, to go do something cool and just have some fun. You know what I mean? All right. So much love to you all. Please answer my poll. I would like to hear what you guys have to say about what's going on with the state of this country and the world overall, and how you feel about President Trump being the current president while all this is happening. Please answer the poll. Right now we have 142 votes, and I appreciate everybody. Once you answer the poll, do me a favor, click the like button. All right, so I'll be getting ready to move forward after this one announcement. Y'all saw my little ad in the beginning, right? Where I'm talking about helping people with content creation. I have a course that I'm proud of. I really don't create courses or anything like that. I tried to when I was at 250,000 subscribers, but I really didn't feel comfortable in showing other people how to do content creation. So I fell back on it and I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait until I'm at 1 million subscribers. That was me copping out, to be honest with you. I could have started teaching back then, but I decided to wait until I hit 1 million subscribers and made a certain amount of money on social media before I started to teach. Now we're at 1 million subscribers. Now we're showing other people how to do it. We're getting a lot of success stories out of it. And I would love to work with some of you guys who think you like to move into the content creation realm. Just try it out. If that's a part of your journey, cool. If you're having a hard time figuring it out, make sure you reach out to me with the word coach, or get our YouTube course that's in the very first link in the descriptions under our YouTube video right here, or reach out to me with the word VIP and I can tell y'all about the production team and everything that we're doing for people. All right. Let's move forward. I'm just grateful to be here this morning. As y'all can see, man, I'm chilling. I don't have light splashed in my face or nothing. I am cooling. Hopefully this doesn't bother y'all too much. I realize that I am a dark-skinned brother and y'all probably having an issue with seeing me. But that's not my problem. I'm here to have a good time and communicate what's going on around this world. Let's start off with CNN. CNN has been, I'm not going to say meat riding. They haven't been meat riding, but they have been glazing the heck out of Trump. We're going to start off with that because I thought that was absolutely dope. Whenever I see an extremely biased news program or platform decide to be a little fair and just point out the actual facts of what's going on with the president that they were completely against, tried to destroy and everything, and still are. Because don't think just because the enemy says something nice to you that you should let your guards down and you can believe that they're on your side. No, that's not the case at all. As a matter of fact, it's the complete opposite. You need to start paying more attention. Your antennas need to be raised a little bit more. Okay? All right? So thank you, Michelle. Appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. All right, so we about to jump into this. Don't know if you saw it yet, but yeah, we about to get into it, baby. Hold on one second. Let me see what am I sharing? Why am I sharing that screen out of all screens? Van, you are tripping, bro. You are tripping. All right, hold on one second. All right, so right here. Hold on. Okay, is this it? Okay, this is it. All right, let's go and jump into it, guys. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button if you haven't already. All right, and shout out to you all. Hopefully y'all are in good spaces, health-wise, mentally, spiritually, and everything. And if not, let me know what's really going on, and we'll have a good conversation about it. All right, because I'm all about helping the babies, helping the family. Let's get into it.
President Trump is having a moment. I'm Michael Smerconish in New York City. The first 5 months of Trump 2.0, they're in the books. I'm not shy about voicing my disagreement here with President Trump. We're doing so on radio. Often, whether it's trade, border control, Iran, I find myself agreeing with the goal, but not the approach. But viewed objectively, I have to say that Donald Trump has just had the best week or best 10 days of his second term. I'm still not sure bombing Iran was warranted. As I said last week, I'd have liked to have seen the evidence of Iran being on the nuclear doorstep rather than take Prime Minister Netanyahu's word for it, especially in the face of what DNI Tulsi Gabbard had testified in March and what Trump himself was saying right up until Israel launched its strike against Iran. But the mission was carried out with stealth and with precision. There were no American casualties. And while Congress is divided after receiving briefings on the extent of the damage, I'm sure that we've derailed Iran's nuclear program, at least temporarily. And there's some valuable deterrent effect for America's adversaries who witnessed last week's exercise.
Now, if you're not paying attention, bro, he said that Trump has had the best 10-day stretch of his presidency in this administration. As much as they've been trying to go against everything that he was doing, every move he was making, as impatient as they were being, as the sky is falling and everything's blowing up. This is the worst president we ever had in our life. Now they're saying, wow, he made some great decisions. Let's continue.
Then last Tuesday, President Trump left the White House en route to Europe. At the time, there was a question as to whether Israel and Iran would honor a ceasefire. That caused the president to offer the most unfiltered, non-controversial, direct words that I can recall anybody ever saying about the Middle East.
We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
The reason why that part right there was so important is because not only did he call out Iran, it's easy for people to call out Iran. Iran has been talking sugar, honey, iced tea about everybody. They say death to America, death to the world. They don't care. They're ready to bomb everyone. So it's easy to say something sideways about Iran. But when it comes to America saying something about Israel, that's when it becomes an issue, especially when they keep on saying that Trump is meat riding Israel, that Trump is besties with Netanyahu and he's being used by him and all this other stuff. And he's saying, nah. These dudes are idiots and they don't know what the F they're doing. They're riding high off emotion and they need to calm down before I calm them down. That's what he's saying. He's saying, if you don't want me to step in and put these paws on you, Israel or Iran, then y'all better calm it down. I'm going to slap fire out of y'all. That's what he's saying.
Cut to The Hague, where he arrived for NATO meetings and was able to wrangle an agreement from our allies to more than double their defense spending target from 2% of gross domestic product to 5% by 2035. Also, while at NATO, in a press availability, he did something rare for Trump and I found rewarding. He showed empathy. It came in an exchange with a Ukrainian journalist who said that her husband was a soldier. She asked whether the U.S. would supply her country with Patriot missiles.
Now, are you living yourself now in Ukraine?
My husband is there.
Wow.
And
I can see you very, it's amazing.
and me with the kids, I'm in Warsaw actually, because he wanted me to be.
Is your husband a soldier? No?
He's.
He's there now. They do want to have the missiles, okay, as they call them, the Patriots. And we're going to see if we can make some available. I wish you a lot of luck. I mean, I can see it's very upsetting to you. So say hello to your husband, okay?
Why is this such a big deal when Trump is able to be empathetic to someone in public? Don't they realize that he built this whole MAGA movement by being empathetic to a whole side of the country that were being ignored, blatantly ignored? That's how he established the MAGA movement, but people don't pay attention to that. All he did was decided to listen to the people who were being blatantly disrespected, disregarded, and ignored. He said, nah, I hear y'all, and we're going to talk. I'm going to acknowledge what y'all are saying because I'm not buying all this racism and white supremacy mess. I'm not buying all of this. What this bag of deplorables? Is that what Hillary Clinton called y'all? Called MAGA? People who did not support the left-leaning agenda? So all Trump decided to do was listen. He listened and he spoke to that. That's how a leader is created. He established himself, and that's how he is right now. So whenever he's having a conversation with people, he can do a 3-hour-long talk and still be able to have a heartfelt conversation with victims of certain things, or if people are concerned and they have a serious question that's not politically driven, they just want to hear your heart. He can do that effortlessly. The thing is, most of these politicians are robots. They say what they think their constituents want to hear. The thing with Trump is he's not a real politician. He never has been. He's just a businessman that wants to see this country do well. Why? Because he is American himself. He's a patriot without even having to fight in the military. It's simply put. All right, let's move on.
Also in that presser, he was more reflective and respectful than usual of our allies.
They want to protect their country, and they need the United States. And without the United States, it's not going to be the same. And I left here differently. I left here saying that these people really love their countries. It's not a ripoff, and we're here to help them protect their country.
Back at home, Trump claimed that he's reached a trade deal with China and soon expects the same with India. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told Bloomberg that the deal was signed earlier this week. China's Commerce Ministry said Friday the two sides had further confirmed the details of the framework. Of course, Trump's initial imposition of tariffs wreaked havoc on American markets back in the spring. But now the markets have rebounded and grown. The S&P 500, NASDAQ hit record highs just yesterday. And it's not just the stock market. Inflation, the great economic fear of recent times, seems to be tamed. The rate is now reported at 2.4%, down from a high of 7% just 4 years ago. Meanwhile, blue-collar workers have seen real wage growth of 1.7% in Trump's first 5 months. This is the largest such increase in nearly 3 generations. Notwithstanding its impact on our national debt, there's also hope among some that Trump's big, beautiful bill will give further financial relief to blue-collar workers, as well as create incentives to build more factories in the U.S. Some already see this happening. For instance, General Electric has just announced that it'll invest almost $500 million in moving production of washing machines from China to Kentucky.
The guy is he's a billionaire. He's a businessman. How the hell did y'all think that this was going to go? He's great at business. He went to the best business school in the world. This is what he do, willing and dealing. But because a lot of times we don't see things the same way, we would say the sky is falling, he's not doing things the right way. We would try to use our own little common sense, not understanding that when it comes to business, he has a better team than we have. But everybody, even The Economist, was claiming that he was going to be wrong. And look at him. They're the ones eating crow. Instead of doing a 6-minute long, Trump is doing a damn good job session on CNN, they need to do a 6-minute long apology for everything that they claimed that he was doing wrong. They was always going to the professionals that have been getting it wrong for the longest. And then when he stepped up in the building and started making some drastic changes, they automatically assume that since we haven't done things this way before, that it will be a failure. Now it's coming out to be a success. They are glazing this man, and rightfully so.
And then there's the border. Crossings have slowed to a trickle. According to CBP's May update, Southwest border encounters have fallen to about 282 a day, a drop of 93% from last year and the lowest since the early 1960s. Perhaps the loudest cheering for those border numbers is coming from America's Latino community, which might initially sound counterintuitive. On Thursday, Pew Research released an enormous data analysis of the 2024 election, which contains several surprises. High on that list, President Trump won a bigger percentage of the Latino vote than previously believed. Hillary Clinton had a 38% lead over Trump among Hispanics in 2016. Joe Biden beat Trump in this demo by 25 percentage points. Kamala Harris's margin among these same voters over Trump, just 3 points.
And that's because they tried to play Hispanics. They tried to play on immigrants' emotions. They tried to act like they were stupid. Let me tell you something. They wouldn't have taken this long trip from whatever countries they were from to come all the way over to the Americas and start their lives over, risk life and limb to resettle, to start everything over if they were dumb. America tried to play on their emotions. America tried to say, all of the people who were here for years trying to become American citizens, they completely pooped on them by bringing other illegal immigrants from all across the world, millions of them, and just trying to make them citizens immediately so that they can vote for them, so that they can hurry up and get across the finish line. So when Hispanics seen this, they woke the hell up. They like, wait a minute, hold up, time out. You mean tell me that we've been going to all these classes, filling out all this paperwork, abiding by the rules and the laws of the land, trying to become citizens, but the whole time, the only thing we had to do was appease the left and tell them that we'll vote for them or we'll support them. That's all we had to do. We just had to kowtow to whoever made the rules. You know what I mean? We're going to vote for Trump, man. Forget this. We are putting America first. Why? Because we are Americans now. These immigrants, a lot of them who come over here and do things the right way, they no longer consider themselves to be citizens of the country they left. They consider themselves American. And that's what Kamala and the Democrats got wrong. And I'm happy that they got it wrong. And now look at everybody on the left with ICE going around grabbing all the illegal immigrants. Now black women specifically who voted for Kamala, they are all coming out saying, that's what y'all get. We're not going to stand with y'all. We're not going to protest with y'all. Y'all should have voted for Kamala, but since you didn't, now y'all got to go and we don't care. That's been the whole attitude the entire time. The Democrats have always been that way. If you don't do things the way we want you to do things, we don't care about you. We will act like we love you until we get what we want. But when we find out that you're not willing to get in bed with us, we're going to drop you like a bad habit. Go on, get gone. They woke up and they voted properly.
Even more surprising, perhaps, Pew Research concludes that if everyone had voted in 2024, contrary to the widely held belief that higher turnout helps Democrats, Trump would still have won. The data show 44% of non-voters said that they would have gone for Trump compared to 40% of non-voters who would have gone for Harris. So if more had voted, his margin would have grown. Yesterday came a huge decision from the Supreme Court. The High Court declared that federal district judges exceeded their authority when issuing nationwide injunctions against Trump's executive order on birthright citizenship. This will, of course, strengthen executive power both for Trump and for his successors. And finally, a Democratic socialist just won the nomination for mayor of New York City. And perhaps you're wondering, well, how does that affect Trump? It gives him the perfect foil, someone to play off in future political battles. It
gives him somebody to beat up, somebody to point at, somebody to use as an example, someone to say, yo, this dude is he's clearly trying to do to New York what Gavin Newsom has done to California. Clearly, he's trying to rip it apart. It's already going in the wrong direction. With this guy in office, oh man, it's about to speed in that direction, like hyper speed.
This morning's New York Post references campaign literature for Zohran Mamdani, which advocates for increased taxation for, quote, richer and whiter neighborhoods. Just imagine what Trump will do with that. Winning became a punchline that Trump's opponents used to lampoon him in his first administration. He was a political novice then, surrounded by a team with which he was unfamiliar, and he was probably as surprised as the rest of us were that he won the election. This time is different. This time he came with a plan and a cabinet with senior advisors comprised of loyalists all well known to the president. And recently, he's exhibited a more layered approach to governing on both the domestic and international front, no longer solely guided by winning each day's news cycle. By any objective measure, President Trump has his opponents on the run.
As he should, because y'all are trash. Now, was Trump surprised that he won? I think he was surprised that all of y'all tricks that y'all tried to run on him didn't work. Y'all tried to bankrupt the guy. Y'all tried to arrest him for nothing. Y'all tried to arrest him for things that other presidents have done. Even the current sitting president at the time, which was Joe Biden, did the same exact thing. Then y'all tried to unalive him. And if y'all didn't try to unalive him, you did not try to protect him. The Secret Service agents that y'all sent out there to protect him didn't even know what they were doing at all. Everything was wrong. Y'all was letting people walk across the field with a whole daggone ladder. Y'all let people climb up on the ladder and set up themselves to stretch and get comfortable so that they can get their shot ready. Y'all, everybody who was supposed to be on the roof protecting and watching the whole lay of the land, they decided to go inside because there was AC in there. They wanted to relax. So none of this stuff added up. So yeah, those are the reasons why Trump probably thought that he would never win, because he knew that you all would do anything to make sure he did not become president. But guess what? Y'all became lazy. Y'all became complacent. Y'all thought y'all already had it in the bag. That's why Kamala said no to bigger interviews. That's why she would not go on to Joe Rogan, but she'll go on to Oprah because she know that this is my fan base. Why wouldn't she go on to Joe Rogan? Because she knew that she would have to sit there and actually have a conversation for a couple of hours without it being controlled. Then when she went on 60 Minutes, they even controlled it then. So at the end of the day, yeah, Trump did think that you all would try to take this from him or take his life away from him so that he not cross the finish line. But when he did, he actually had a plan in place. He actually has a great team with him to get business done, to get things done, to stop all of the wars, to get us back on a great economic standing, domestic and internationally, because on the world stage, we want our dollar to do better too. So Trump is doing everything that he said he was going to do. He's at least trying to. At least trying to. I don't know another president that had that much of a productive 100 days when he first come into office. Look at what he's been doing. This guy's been killing it. So is it high time for CNN and MSNBC or MSDNC or NBC period, all of those channels, ABC, CBS, for them to just come forward and say, yo, this president is actually doing some great things. Maybe we should stand by him and try to see what comes of this. Unfortunately, that won't happen, though, because their donors won't allow it. They have other agendas. They got to get certain power players back into office so that they can get their pockets fat again. We know the game. So things won't ever be fair, and I get it, but guess what? You're all going to be chasing your tails. You're not going to get the support that you want when you're primaried, and you're going to continue to lose if you continue to be as hard-headed as y'all have been. Hard-headed is a term that I'm using because I'm trying not to curse and I'm trying not to be rude. But they have been playing the game wrong, and now CNN are telling the truth. They try to every now and again. That don't mean that they will in the future, because all of Abby Phillips shows from here on out, she's going to continue to live off of the lie and the propaganda and the agenda that's sent down from whoever is paying their bills. And we get it. We get it. Y'all want to get another Democrat in office because that's what y'all support. Those are the people that pad your pockets. I get it. But now, for the next 3 years, we have a Republican president. We have Trump in office. And all of this talk about him possibly running in 2028, slow down, guys. Slow down. Fall back. All right? Right now, the only reason why they're discussing anything with 2028 is because they know that once they get certain things moving forward and positively impacting this country, they want to make sure that it continues. Unfortunately, we are so pig-headed that even if something is working masterfully in our country, we would become like we would take in a new administration and they will completely rip up everything that's been working just so that they can put their stamp on it, just so that they can change. They can say, I'm going to do things my way. Unfortunately and fortunately, we have an actual man in office right now that is a thinker. He thinks, and he has a team filled with scholars, and he has a non-biased team too. I'm talking about people who never were conservatives before. They were liberals their whole career. They were Democrats their whole career, or in the middle, but they weren't conservative. And this is what he does. He picked people out that's going to be good at what they do. He's trying to accomplish something. He actually want to make America great again. That's what this means. It's not no racism. Oh, we want to make America great because slavery. We want to make it back in the Jim Crow days again. That's not what he's saying. He's saying, can we be a powerhouse again? Can we be protected again? Can our allies actually be our allies? Can we make sure that there's not a whole lot of war happening around the world? I think we can actually do it. And that's what he's going after. Now, speaking of this Zohran Mamdani guy, he brought him up earlier today. This dude is wild, man. Listen to what he has to say. This dude is absolutely insane. For real. Now, obviously, he's an intellectual. He was able to get this job. He was able to get the financial backing. He was able to win in New York. Think about that. He was able to. Did he win yet? He's moving in that direction. But listen to what he has to say. First, I'm going to play this very quick 30-second interview that he had on, I believe this was CBS. Was it CBS, ABC? One of those. Watch what he says about being a socialist, man. This dude is nuts. And also, guys, hit the like button if you haven't already. That's appreciated per usual. And don't forget, if you want to do content creation, check out my YouTube course inside of the descriptions. Very first link. All right, let's go.
You are a self-described democratic socialist. Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality. And ultimately, what we need more of is equality across our city and across our state and across our country. And I look forward to work with everyone, including billionaires, to make a city that is fairer for all of them.
All right. So this brother said, I don't even think we should have billionaires. I don't think we should have billionaires because if we have billionaires, then that means everybody else is broke. Nah, bro. That's in other countries that you're talking about. Those are the socialist countries that you're trying to turn ours into. You know, the ones where the rich get richer and the poor get poorer? No, we can actually spread the wealth here. We can have billionaires and millionaires living great amongst each other. We can have people that's in, that's making a nice living. But at the end of the day, nobody has to be poor. And you don't have to take from the billionaires to give to the poor. You can take some knowledge. You can take the mindset that they have. But unfortunately, if you have socialist leaders constantly telling people that they don't have to work as hard as the billionaire worked to go get it, that the billionaire will take care of them, that all they have to do is complain to the federal government and they would take care of whatever they're lacking, they would give them whatever they're lacking, then these people will never get to a status of financial freedom. They will never get to a status of even financial literacy, because if they do become rich, they're just going to throw it out the daggone door. Why? Because people who work for what they get, they appreciate it the most. We know that when we look at private property. If we were to go into the slums, I'm talking about to the black slums, to the white slums, or to the Hispanic slums, to the Asian slums around the United States, we will see their way of living is way less than those people who come from places where they pay for their homes, they're paying the mortgage, or they're living in a community where they have to pay a certain tax for the upkeep of those environments, those communities. Like if we are what you call it, God dang it, if we got some skin in the game, we usually take care of what we help build or what we purchase or what we're investing in. But if we're always telling people that they don't have to invest, we'll just take money out of the pockets of the people who have that mindset already and we'll give it to you, then we're just going to destroy it and not really appreciate it ever. Ever. That's why when you look at super wealthy kids, like children that come from super wealthy households, they have the same mindset of the kids who grew up in the hood. It's because they believe everything will be given to them. So they don't have to work as hard to get it. They believe that eventually it's going to be passed down to them. So they don't really have the same strength and mindset of their parents and grandparents that built it. Unless they have some strong parents and grandparents who teach them to go after it themselves, and then they'll do so. But other than that, bro, this socialist mentality is going to ruin this nation. Let me play this right here. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. This is only a minute and a half long video. And I really wanted y'all to see this to make up your own mind about Zohran Mamdani. All right. Thank you again, guys, for pulling up. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share this if you will.
What the purpose is about this entire project, it's not simply to raise class consciousness, but to win socialism. And obviously raising class consciousness is a critical part of that. But making sure that we have candidates that both understand that and are willing to put that forward at every which moment that they have, at every which opportunity that they're given. We have to continue to elect more socialists. And we have to ensure that we are unapologetic about our socialism. There are also other issues that we firmly believe in, whether it's BDS, right, or whether it is the end goal of ceasing the means of production, where we do not have the same level of support at this very moment. And what I want to say is that it is critical that in the way that we organize, in the way that we set up our work and our priorities, that we do not leave any one issue for the other, that we do not meet a moment and only look at what people are ready for, but that we are doing both of these things in tandem. Because it is critical for us to both meet people where they're at and to also organize for what is correct and for what is right, and to ensure that over time we can bring people to that issue. The ramifications of victory here is the difference between life and death for so many of our brothers, sisters, and family beyond the binary across this borough of Queens. It's the difference between having cash bail anymore or not. It's the difference between having sex work be decriminalized and not. And with every battle that we fight as socialists, we need to remember what the stakes are and ground ourselves in them and why those stakes are important and critical to us as individuals.
I think it's so important for them to bring more socialists in the game, is because these are the people who manipulate the average Joe. The average Joe, the average Jane, they manipulate them into believing that you don't have to work hard. Let us work hard for you. You don't have to protect yourself. Let us protect you. Everybody should get the same level of education. Everybody should get the same insurance. Everybody should make the same money and have the same way of living. No, it doesn't work that way. You won't even teach your children that. And I doubt, see, here's the thing too. So the thing that really pissed me off about this is that I'm certain that he didn't get to where he is from socialism. The same way AOC didn't get to where she is from socialism. She did not get to where she is by waiting on somebody else to do it for her. She actually grew up in a well-to-do neighborhood, went to a well-to-do school, was taught to go out and get an education and strive for the best. And if you want to make some real money, you need to go after it. And that's exactly what she's doing. But now, to make her money get bigger and bigger and bigger, she's learned that socialism pays. Look at Bernie Sanders. I mean, look at anybody that's on the socialist side. They get paid. They are padding their pockets from government work. Like, if you think about it, and they're just trying to just completely diminish the mindset of those people who will vote for them. It's not helpful. It's not building a nation of thinkers, or free thinkers anyway. It's building a nation of slaves. It's building a nation of people who just will complain and complain and complain and wait for their socialist leader to go out there and do a powerful speech and hopefully help have the government fix or pay for whatever it is they're complaining about. And it never, why is Rodney calling me? It never goes off well. Hey, cuz, if you watching this live stream, brother, I'm gonna answer this later. Much love to you. I haven't spoken to you in a minute. But yeah, this is absolutely insane. And then on top of that, a lot of these people who claim socialism and claim that they are so against capitalism, I would love for you to go look at their bank accounts. I would love for you to go look at how their money is being spread, how they are investing. I would love for you to go look at how many years they spent in school and what type of grades they got. If they took it seriously, right? If they invested into themselves, why are they now telling people not to do that? Why are they now telling people that we got you? The government will take care of you. This is complete BS right here, man. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Be absolutely appreciated. So far, we got 375 people who answered the poll. Hopefully, we got more likes than that on this actual video. And we got, 468 people watching the stream. So that means we got a couple of people from X or Twitch watching as well. So much love to you guys. Make sure y'all share this. Whoever quote and share my stuff on X, I will add you. I will follow you back as well. So yeah, shout out to Zoran Mamdani and shout out to his girl AOC. That's from the Bronx. Shout out to his girl AOC. That's from the Bronx, man. These people are all clowns, if you ask me, for real. All right. So in other news, so Tennessee has changed their laws, as y'all can clearly see. No. Before we even go there, let's touch on this one right here. No. I don't want to touch on this one because this is something completely different. All right. Let's go to this one right here, guys. And please make sure y'all hit that like button. Hold on. Let me see what y'all are saying first before I move on. All right. First comes socialism. Next comes Sharia law. This is an agenda to make the entire planet Muslim. There have been plenty of documentaries on this, and they have openly admitted this. Well, are we going to let them, though? I mean, will we allow this? Now, I see that a lot of people are starting to speak against Christianity. That's unfortunate. I will continue to speak up for Christianity. Well, not necessarily for Christianity, but I will definitely speak up for Jesus Christ. That's what I would do. AOC is a liar, but I'm not surprised, to be honest. What's up, Katarina? Much love to Katarina. She spent as much time in the Bronx as Warren spent in a teepee. Pocahontas. Shout out to Pocahontas. Shout out to Pocahontas, man. I can't believe that when he started calling her Pocahontas, I thought that was absolutely hilarious, for real. Oh, and speaking of Pocahontas, who is this that Trump was showing so much love to, man? So y'all already know Trump, he is racist. He don't like black people. He only like well-to-do white people. And he think that black people are disgusting and all this other stuff. That is, I'm playing, guys. If you're listening to me, I am playing. All right. Some people don't understand when I'm just fooling around. But watch the amount of love that he shows this lady right here. He's not flirting. Melania don't have to worry about this. This guy is just good at talking to people. He's good with people. I want y'all to see this right here if you haven't seen this exchange.
And that's so beautifully stated. And Caroline said, number one, she did say, and I shouldn't say this because it's politically incorrect, she said, she's beautiful, and you are beautiful. I'm not allowed to say that, that could be the end of my political career, but I say it anyway. But you are beautiful, and you're beautiful inside. So I wish I had more reporters like you. You covered Africa for a long time?
Yes, for over 10 years.
Wow.
I covered even your first administration.
Yes, I know that. That's great. Well, thank you. That's so nice that you said that. Appreciate it. And that's so beautifully stated.
Yeah, he got her dad going cheesing. Hey, Trump, man, calm it down a little bit, man. He about to have her dad going shaking up there, just standing beside the president all moist. All right, you better calm it down, brother. What's going on, Roy House? Much love to you guys. When y'all pull up, make sure y'all speak to the family, not necessarily to me, just to the chat. Just say what's going on. Make sure you speak to the Blues if you don't speak to anybody else. What's going on, Blues? What's up, Nanny? What's up, B? What's up, Courtney? What's up, Shane? You know what I mean? Speak to the people. Speak to the people that run the joint. All right? Man, he actually, man, was putting the moves on her. He was like, yeah, I'm talking about the blacker the berry, sweeter the juice. You heard what I'm talking about? I ain't no killer, but no push me. Don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting, huh? A lot of people don't know that right there. When he was looking at her, he saw that chocolatey and he saw that smile and he was like, man, you cute. You know that? yeah, you all right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was putting the moves on her and she appreciated every penny of it. Y'all saw her? That's what I'm talking about. I see you, Trump. I see you, Trump. Trump a pimp eating lobster and shrimp. All right. Shout out to this young lady right here. Check this out. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. I told y'all on X that I will be discussing this, and we are about to right now. Listen to what she has to say about black fatigue. And the only reason why this is important is because I want people to understand that they see you. They see you. They see us. People are watching us. Represent yourself well. Represent yourself better. One thing my pastor used to tell me all the time, treat everybody with dignity and respect because you never know. Listen to this part. You never know who knows me. He said, you never know who knows me. That's what he said. Very well known in the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia. He said, man, you better treat everybody with dignity and respect because you never know who knows me. I'll say, you know what? You got it. You got it. You got it. Check this out, man. And hit that like button and share this if you can. That'd be dope.
Black fatigue is when I can hear you 10 hours away in Walmart with your 5 fucking kids. Black fatigue is when you have no home training and you have no idea how to act in public. And a lot of it is culture. I've been in the hood. I've been in the fucking schools and the projects where I was the only white girl there, and I can 100% guarantee you that it's culture. When majority of y'all know someone who has been unalived by another black person, way more than any instance of a black person being unjustifiably unalived by the police, that's black fatigue. As well as donating to Carmelo Anthony and Rodney Hinton Jr. When you aren't able to hold your own community accountable, that's a problem. We're not gonna sit here and act like this is new now, because now white people are speaking out. Especially when we've been told for so long to feel sorry for our whiteness and that we have white tea privilege, whatever the fuck that means, for something no white person alive today did and no black person alive today has experienced. There is no way that y'all thought that we would be quiet for this long. You know, having us on our knees, kissing BLM's feet, still begging for the reparations that you are not fucking owed because you did not go through what your ancestors went through. Nobody cared about race until you started blaming white people for all of your current problems. We're just untolerating it.
Now, what I have to say about that is, Some of y'all about to get mad at me. Let y'all know this right now. Are y'all ready? All right, here we go. White people, it's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. You get what you allow. What type of music do black culture create? Black culture create hip hop music. We create R&B music. In our music, we get nasty. We get dirty. We get real raunchy. We say some things that nobody should ever say out their mouth ever. And guess what? Most of us was raised in households where we are taught to put God first. We are taught to put family and God first. You would never know it. This lady is absolutely correct. My daughter, she is a school teacher. She teaches kindergarten. It's been many times. When she was teaching in the hood in D.C., now she teaches in Florida. When she was teaching in the hood in D.C., she had to walk around on eggshells if she had to give a bad report to one of the kids' parents or whoever the adult was in the house. Their parent, their cousin, their grandma. Usually it's their grandma or their mom. That's usually the one she was giving the report to. And she was just simply saying, your kid is smart. Your kid is very bright, very talented. As a matter of fact, he or she is always in here dancing and singing, know all of the words to many of the new songs that are out. But when it comes to sitting down and doing their ABCs or coloring or whatever exercises we're working on, they aren't here. They're starting fights. They're throwing things at people. We need to have a discussion and try to move them in the right direction. Do you not know that a lot of these parents and grandparents will threaten my daughter as the educator, as the teacher? Like, why are you only singling out my kid? Why are you not looking at them other kids? They don't do this at home. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's you. Maybe you're the one being disrespectful. Maybe you better not be putting your hands on my kid. You better not be talking to my kid like that. You better not. I'm going to come to that school and whoop your ass. We going to fight after. Like, they sound worse than the actual kids sound. When you go to any public place, and you see the way that certain people act, especially my people, man, it's unfortunate, but we say what we want to say. We do what we want to do. We wear what we want to wear, dress how we want to dress, cuss when we want to cuss. It does not matter. It don't matter if we're in church. It don't matter if a daggone church service is going on or if a funeral is going on. It don't matter if we're in a quiet restaurant. It does not matter. Culture supports it. Black culture supports it. It's like, do you express yourself? And then as soon as somebody call us out, we want to say, oh, you ain't call out that white family that was over there making noise. You ain't call out that white girl over there. What about that white man over there? What about, got to find a white person. We start immediately trying to get you to compare us to a white person. Now, the reason why I say white people is your fault is because y'all allow it. Because y'all are the ones that decided to bow down to black people and pray at their feet at Black Lives Matter functions. Y'all are the ones that go out there and pander to black people and the rest of America, acting like you want to be on the right side of history. Y'all are the ones taking responsibility for what your forefathers did. Now, black people are just trying to say, well, if they're going to let us do it, if we can say whatever we want to say and do whatever we want to do, then we're going to continue. That's why you have a Jasmine Crockett saying things like this right here. Hold on. I'm going somewhere with this. I am going somewhere with this. This is why you have a Jasmine Crockett, who is a congresswoman, who feels like it's okay for her to speak this way at work. At work. You can't say anything to her or her wig or her lashes. It's because of her white counterparts that she feel like it's okay to communicate in this fashion as a congresswoman.
I'm the one that's supposed to make the fucking decision or at least get a vote. I'm the one that's supposed to make a fucking decision or at least get a vote.
This is how we talk and this is how we perform when we believe that it's okay to do so. People sit in front of all of their white colleagues and they will tell them about black initiatives are far more important than anything else they bring to the table. And guess what? Their white colleagues will clap for them. Their white colleagues will back them 100%. Their white colleagues won't call them out for being racist. And damn the whole reverse racism thing. I'm talking about racism. Racism is racism. Yeah, I said it. I don't think that there's a such thing as reverse racism. It's racism. When I was growing up and I started working at DOD, I was working for DOD for 17 years, right? And I was a part of a black group that was similar to Black Panthers, but it was called Positive Comedic Visions. And when we went to these meetings after work or on the weekends, you know, they serve us food and all that other stuff. We talk about black empowerment. One thing that they used to say all the time, and this is an argument that I used to get in with my wife, they used to say that black people cannot be racist. And that's because we don't have the power to be racist. We don't have the organizations, institutions to kick people out of or deny people access to. And we will go off of that like, man, well, you're right. You're right. Racism belongs to the white man. It don't belong to black people. Black people can't be racist. We are the ones that they're racist too. You're absolutely right. And I would go years arguing that. You couldn't tell me that black people could be racist. Do you know how many times I was at work and just for fun, I just played a black card? Like, even if these are my duties. My supervisor would say, Van, if you can, by the end of the day, if you wouldn't mind turning in the credit card reports, because I was in charge of the credit cards and all the spending. He would say, if you could turn in the credit card reports and you were saying that you were going to do like a chart or something, could you please provide me with that by the end of the day? And I'd be like, why? Because I'm black? And do you not know that actually worked? He'd be like, oh man, come on, you know that. Why would you even say that? What? Come on, what? Because you black? Don't do that, man. You know this ain't got nothing to do with your race, man. You got something else. Don't worry. You know what? Don't worry about it then. We'll get to it another time, but don't it's not because you're black that we're trying to get this done. This is actually your job and blah 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 blah. And I'd be like, man, I'm just playing. I'm just calm down. But these are things that you can play with. Do you think that somebody can play with racism if they're white in a government facility, in a government office? Can somebody play like that? Can you be white and play like that with black people? Huh? Could you say anything sideways to a black person and it be even remotely racist? You can't. And guess what? Most times, we've become so sensitive, not realizing that a lot of our favorite comedians, our favorite actors, some of the best work we've ever seen done in Hollywood back in the day when they used to actually allow good stories to come across the airwaves, good shows, good movies, without it being so politically driven. Wasn't nobody getting all butthurt about the smallest things back in the day. When I was watching All in the Family, which is one of the things that brought me into my political journey, All in the Family was one of the videos, one of the shows that I was reviewing on this channel. And I was just giving my 2 pennies based off of Archie Bunker and George Jefferson, how they used to go back and forth with each other. Then I'll check out some movie trailers that had a sip of racism to it as well. You know what I realized? We have watered down that word so much now that everything is racist. Everything's racist. It's because of people like Zoran Mamdani. It's because of people like AOC. It's because of people like Jasmine Crockett. It's because of people like Swollen Martin. The list goes on and on. People who know that they can use racism to their benefit. And when they can use racism to their benefit, they will absolutely do just that, because it will fatten their pockets. It will bring a certain group of people on their side. What did Lyndon B. Johnson do? Lyndon B. Johnson told us exactly what he was going to do that will almost guarantee that black people vote in a certain type of way for 200 to 300 years. How in the world was he able to figure that out? Yet, in 2025, we still allow this whole racism thing to placate our country. It's sad. It's sad. And then in the Kamala, when Kamala was running for president, not only did racism become a big thing, but sexism became a big thing. Sexism became probably the biggest thing, where black women were saying, if men, even black men, don't vote with us, then they're not for us. Michelle Obama told them that. If your black uncle or husband or boyfriend or brother does not vote the way that you want them to vote, then they are not for you. They are against you. And these women ran with that. And it actually worked for a minute. Now you have people like Jasmine Crockett, who feels emboldened to say and do whatever the hell she wants to say and do, because she thinks it's cool. Slim, not only do you sound dumb saying it, you look dumb saying it. And that's not even an opinion. That's facts. It's facts. At a certain point, we all have to make a decision to do the right thing. We have to do the work in order to get whatever it is that we desire, period. We cannot wait for the white man or the black man or the Indian man or this man or that man to save us. We got to actually get it done. It's that simple. When I go to the gym, I see black people, white people, young, old, Hispanics, you name it, in there putting in the work. You think you're going to get muscles or get toned or be able to increase your health by just complaining about racism in the gym? You think some of that just going to pop on you? Like, no, you got to create some good habits. Same thing monetarily, all around your life. Like, you got to be professional enough to go out there and seek opportunities. And when you have opportunities, if you want to keep them, then you know what you have to do. Be a damn adult. We're so delusional, man. And it's unfortunate, but that's just who we are nowadays. It sucks. It sucks. She gets a round of applause for cursing and being belligerent at work. And they say, what's the difference between Trump and this, that, and other? Here's the difference. Trump is trying to stop a war that's been going on for ages. He's trying to get in the middle of it and show them that there's a better way to get it done. And when he see them still fighting behind his back, he's going to call them out. Jasmine Crockett just puts herself in position to be the next, I don't know, social media person that says whatever the hell she want to say. I guess her next stop is stand up, I guess. Sheldon Daniels, that's running for TX30 against Jasmine Crockett. Bro, hey, step it up, man. Get that support up, because I want to see you in her seat. For sure. I definitely want to see you in her seat. I want to see you in her seat, man. For real. Janet Crockett puts the milk in the bowl first. Janet Crockett. Now, I'm not saying that racism don't exist. Racism definitely exists. There's some racist ass people out there. Black and white. Asians. Oh my God, there's a lot of Asian racism going on. Hispanics. There's a lot of racism going on. But guess what? And move on with your damn life. Move on. Everything ain't got to be something that you need to call daggone politicians so they can start a movement and march and go knocking on doors and trying to say, oh, see, there's more racism. See, these are all distractions. There's going to be negative people out there. There's going to be racist people out there. There's going to be ignorant people out there, belligerent people out there. And with the light, you have the darkness. All right. You out there doing good, there's going to be people out there doing bad. You out there doing well for yourself and purchasing things like homes and cars and nice clothes and trinkets. Well, there's another side of individuals out there that's waiting for you to purchase those so they can knock you over the head and take it from you. That's why you need to learn how to defend yourself. All right. You need to learn the laws. You need to know your rights. All right. You need to learn how to shoot. You need to stay healthy. Become more serious about your life if you really care about it, instead of always crying racism. They won't let us do this. They won't let us do this. I want people to shut the hell up when it comes to that. When it comes to opportunities, you let yourself do it. You go out there and you hustle and you get it done. There are way too many people out here who did not have the support needed or necessary in order to acquire the wealth that they've acquired. I did not have a father nor mother in my home at all. My cousin that raised me had a 5th grade education. Me, Donnie, Sean, Leonard, Wayne, we all had to go and do it ourselves. She put tools in our hands and gave us a secure home to sleep in and to eat in. We might not have eaten the best. I haven't eaten real potatoes. When I was dating my wife, I met her at 15 years old. I did not have real potatoes, until I went over her house when we were like 16 years old. And her mom cooked steak and potatoes. It was flat steaks. It was very small steaks. We had a store called Murray's Steakhouse. Have you ever heard of it? Murray's Steakhouse. It was a real inexpensive store that sold frozen steaks and all this other stuff, but we loved it. We loved it. We used to get the hamburgers, hash browns, and a whole lot of stuff. They had some great barbecue sauce, wings in a bag. Probably wasn't the best stuff to eat, but it was something. But before then, we was eating potatoes out of a box, like the little flakes, and you add water and you add butter and stir it up like cream of wheat, like grits. I never had a potato, man. I never had a steak either. At the end of the day, I'm saying all that to say this. As long as we continue to put our faith in God and understand that He created us in His image, and every single one of us has gifts and talents that no one else has, and we all have a purpose, bro, we would do just fine. But we always give ourselves an out by complaining about something that's allegedly holding us back. It slows us down. It gives us a crutch. And we'll even go as far as getting a doctor to sign off on it. To say, oh, man, I can't work as hard as I want to, man. You see, the doctor already said I'm depressed. Doctor said that I'm anxious. See, it says it right here. I got pills and everything. Not saying that those things don't exist. Thank God for doctors. Thank God for therapists and everybody that have that blessing, that gift. All right. Not saying that we shouldn't adhere to whatever they prescribe to us, but at the end of the day, prayer still works. We're already strong enough to deal with so much, and we don't know what we're capable of dealing with until we go through it. You think a woman practices to deal with the pain of childbirth? Or do she deal with childbirth first and experience it in the real way? That's how that goes. Life is going to life regardless. But as soon as we want to daggone sit back and wait for somebody else to take care of us and save the day, that's when we lose. That's why I'm against all of these socialist leaders that they're trying to produce. We know it's all a money grab. And we know it's not going to continue to make us stronger. It's just going to make us weaker and more dependent on the government, more dependent on whatever it is, like they're trying to defund the police. You know this guy, Zohran Mamdani, that's the New York mayor, the guy that's running or winning for the New York mayor. This dude said all NYPD are racist and homophobic. Why would he say that? Why is he trying to take trust and faith away from the citizens with regard to the police? What's the point of that? Why are they trying to defund the police? When criminals still have their weapons, criminals will still do whatever they want to do to them. But if he banned all weapons and banned all guns in New York, they can't defend themselves. But they don't care. Y'all remember the guy, what was his name? The guy that was on the train and he was talking all that trash and he was talking about attacking someone. He was talking about, like, he was yelling at people and being aggressive. And then the other guy that was on the train decided to get in front of that and choked him out until the police got there. Y'all remember that? And they was like, but he didn't do anything to nobody then. That was the other side. Why did he have to choke him then? You know, as a white man who's trying to take out a black man. Do y'all not know that this same guy was arrested for beating the hell out of an older woman? Like blacking her eyes, swelling her lips. Is that who y'all are caping for? These are the type of people that we take up for. I'm so tired of black men being beat down by the police. They ain't do nothing. Yet those same youngins that's been beat down are the ones that's out there committing crimes. For the most part. If I'm lying, I'm flying. But we continue to give, try to protect people that are trying to cause harm to us. Why are we trying to protect criminals? Last thing I'm gonna do is try to protect one of them try to come in my house unauthorized, unwelcome. Like, I'm not gonna scream and hide in no corner and call the police. I'm gonna lock you in there and have my fun until the police come. Like, this is the lion's cage right here. That's how we should always be. We protect those who are the innocent, who are the God-fearing, who love and appreciate life. And we go after those who are trying to take it away from us and destroy it. Take advantage of us. That's how that works, right? Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. At any regard, man, and much love to you guys for pulling up. I appreciate y'all. Check this out right here. This comes from a guy by the name of 207. I think it's Unk 207. Y'all let me know what y'all think about what he's saying.
Black fatigue is when I can.
As a matter of fact, I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to play that. Never mind. Forget it. Yeah, I'm not going to play that. Not today. I want y'all to see this one right here. All right. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. And thanks again, guys, for playing along, hitting the like button and sharing our videos this morning. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal. And for anyone considering doing content creation, make sure you reach out to me like, hey, coach, so I can give y'all some keys. All right. Let's go.
State of Tennessee laws going into effect July 1st, 2025. Tennessee, children can no longer use cell phone during school hours. Next up, schools and teachers can be sued using a child's preferred pronouns or names without parent consent. Tennessee, did you know that Tennessee has a education?
Hold on. So far, so good. Kids cannot use cell phones in the class. Good. Kids can't sneak and use pronouns that their own parents don't know about. Good. Let the parents be a part of that discussion.
Tennessee, did you know that Tennessee has a Education Freedom Act where they will give you $7,000 to use so your child can go to a private school? Well, now you know. Child abuse now in Tennessee done on children between the ages of 9 and 17 is now a felony. Teenagers, if you cyberbully, your license will be suspended for 1 year. Dismantling DIE. Now all state agencies in the state of Tennessee has to dismantle anything relatively close to DEI. If you didn't know, sober people were being arrested in the state of Tennessee. Now police officers have to keep a record of how many sober people they arrest. Tennessee, the blood alcohol level has been lowered. It was once 0.20, now it is 0.15. Y'all just drink at home. If your driver's license has been suspended.
Hold up. How many drinks is that? How many drinks is that? Is that like if I have an old fashioned, right? I'm out with my wife and I have an old fashioned. Is that going to reach the 0.15? Like, do we have anyone that understands that part right there? Hold on. Time out. All right, so this is from Linda Valentine. And guys, feel free to answer her if you can. That would be great. All right, so Van, you curses on your show. You curse on your show too, but Jasmine can't. Who are you to tell someone what they can say? It doesn't mean I'm Jasmine. Okay. All right. Somebody said mostly wait. All right, so check this out. I have no issue with her cursing at all. Not one bit. I do curse. I don't curse nearly as much as she does, but I also was not voted into office by you guys. I'm also not speaking for a whole, what you call it, a subsector of a state. I'm like, I wasn't voted to look at laws and present myself in a certain manner so that things could get done in my state. I am a content creator. I believe that Jasmine Crockett also wants to be a content creator. She is not. All right. So there's the difference. I just would love for her to carry herself in a better manner, especially since she presents herself as such. She presents herself as a lady. I would like for her to actually carry herself as a lady, in my opinion. I'm not a lady, just in case you haven't noticed. I'm a man. So I speak as one. I don't like to see women speaking like men. I don't like for, because usually here's the thing. I would like for her to be able to stand on business. If I were to curse at you, right? Or anybody, if I were to get all around you, you have a right to now shut me up or shut me down. I have to defend myself. With Jasmine Crockett, she's not going to defend herself. She's going to say what she wants to say, and she's going to hide it, and she's going to run, and she's not going to have to defend. She's not going to have to deal with any repercussions that come with her being as belligerent as she is. This is not about women equality. Like, I'm a content creator. I can give you all the F words and MF words and S words. That's what content creators do. If you go to anybody else's channel, you will see that. She's not a content creator. She's supposed to be this congresswoman that's supposed to be highly respected and doing work for the country, which she is not. That's it. So we're trying to hold her to account. The same way we should. We should hold her to account. She's not me and I'm not her. All right. I can't believe that you believe we are. Do you believe we're the same? Thank you for participating. All right, let's go back into this right here.
Blood alcohol level has been lowered. It was once 0.20, now it is 0.15. Y'all just drink at home. If your driver's license has been suspended in the state of Tennessee because you have 8 points, Tennessee has now lowered this to 4 points so people can get their license back easier. Like and share this video, and I'll make a part 2. State of Tennessee.
Shout out to Tennessee for making these rules, these laws. All right, so 0.8 doesn't equal that many drinks, maybe 2 beers in 30 minutes. Okay, 2 beers. I don't even drink beer, but that I'll take that. As far as I knew, Maryland was blood alcohol of 0.8 or higher. Did it change? Well, she's talking about Tennessee. See, I really don't know too much about it, but I do know that, you know, if my wife and we go out and I get an old fashioned along with my meal, then I don't want to be all out there drunk and whatnot and get pulled over. And next thing you know, I'm in the clink and I'm asking y'all to daggone bail a brother out. And also, yeah, I'm getting to the point too where I'm getting closer to not even wanting to drink at all, to be honest with you. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about right here. So M&T, Linda, if you're still here, says, what happened to professionalism, especially in the public eye? Usually that's a thing. Nowadays it's not. It's because people allow these things. Like when we start to allow it, when we start to expect it, as a matter of fact, when we start to applaud it and celebrate it, people applaud it and celebrate it when she acts, the more ghetto she acts, the more ridiculous she acts, they celebrate it. And I think that's absolutely ridiculous, man. So yeah. Shout out to Tennessee. Tennessee got some good things going. I'm appreciative of Tennessee. And again, guys, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Y'all are absolutely dope. For real. For real. I pray that y'all lives are moving in the direction that y'all wanted to move in. That everyone that you love are well. I know that's not the case, but we can hope, right? We can hope and pray. We can hope and pray. Just continue to pray for your well-being, for your family and friends' well-being, for people that you meet online and their family and friends' well-being. One thing that I pray for is that I thank God for anyone who has me and my family's best interests at heart. That's all I can say. If you have me and my family's best interests at heart, I pray that you and your family are doing very well, living an abundant life, that you're without any sicknesses or illnesses, that you have peace in your life. Probably not happiness, but you have some peace. You have some joy. You know what I mean? I pray that you have love that you deserve. And also, if you're 40, 50, 60 years old, do not give up on your purpose. And don't automatically assume that you've lived your purpose. Oh, my purpose was to get through college, and I did it. So I'm done. Everything else I'm coasting from here on out. Nah. Continue to pray to God for a gift of discernment so that when he speaks to you, you know his voice. You know it's his voice. All right? And if you have not yet lived out your purpose, you need to. If you have not yet made a life for yourself by using your gifts and your talents, you know, the thing that you were born with, blessed with, something that's unique only to you, that not even your brothers or sisters have, then you need to consider asking God to guide you in using those gifts and talents to live out your purpose for him and for you. You know what I mean? 60 plus as well. Absolutely. 60 plus as well. I have people in my coaching group that are above the ages of 60. For sure. For sure. They're doing an amazing job too. They're doing a phenomenal job. But here's the thing. So Myron Golden has this prayer where you say, "Dear Lord, give me the wisdom to do the thing you put me on this earth to do in a way that pleases you and serve the people you will have me to serve." That's it. Say that prayer and actually move in that direction. If you're a writer, maybe writing is your thing. Maybe you can write for others. You know what I mean? Maybe you are supposed to write a book or something to pass on to generations behind you about your life. Maybe you ought to write a book about somebody that you know. I tell people all the time, if you write a book about your parents, that book will go crazy. It will be extremely successful because you had front row seats to your parents raising you and your siblings, dealing with life, dealing with each other, their relationships, and all of those things for a long time. And you can be extremely impactful if you were to brain dump, to take all that knowledge out of your mind, some of those memories and situations, them traumas, and put them down on paper, all right? Or type them up and send them through ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to clean it up for you, or Grok, or Perplexity, or Notion, right? Or Claude.ai, just to help you out, because it will do it. And if you want to know how to get that done, reach out to me with the word coach, and I can help walk you through it. But at the end of the day, we should all have something that we leave behind for our children's children, just to know who we are. I hope my grandchildren look at my YouTube channel one day, if there's still a YouTube when they're growing up. But I hope they look at mine and understand what their granddad was like from the periphery of someone that's, giving out daily news, discussing daily topics, and just being completely unfiltered. You know what I mean? Being free in my communication. I want them to see that. I want them to see how bold I am. That's what I want them to see. All right. So at the end of the day, man, I'm here to help anybody that wants to be helped. It's going to be a little bit of work on your part, but I got you. Just reach out to me. My information is inside the descriptions. The YouTube course is there for anybody that want to do it themselves, and then join our private Facebook group and group calls from that. Or if you need VIP, you need a system, a team behind you to help you. If you want me to produce your videos for you, I most certainly will. Just reach out to me with the word VIP and I got you. All right. So other than that, man, thank y'all so much for being a part of our live stream, bro. I feel great. I feel absolutely phenomenal. And I hope that my wife has an amazing day. So now I'm about to run upstairs and see how I can make that day better. And you guys continue to enjoy the rest of your day. Love y'all. Continue to love yourselves. And when you walk by a mirror, try saying something nice about yourself. Anything. Compliment yourself. All right? Compliment yourself on the thing that you wish other people saw when they saw you walking through the mall. Your hair looks beautiful. I love your eyes. Your smile is amazing. Even if you've aged a little more than you hoped that you wished that you aged, you can see the aging in your face. See beyond that, but also see that too, because with that age comes wisdom. Just saying, man, stop being so hard on yourselves. Communicate with yourself the same way you would your grandbabies. You would never tell them that they can't do anything, that they're not strong enough, that they're not beautiful enough. You would never tell them that they're not smart enough. You would never tell your grandchildren that. Never tell yourself that either. I'm not playing. I'm so serious. This ain't no socialist situation. You're not going to get anything from nothing. You got to start it out. All right? You got to start it out. You got to work toward that thing. And if you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing with anxiety, I'm not saying that pills and medication don't help. One thing I do know that does is a closer relationship with God. Prayer helps. On top of that, strengthening your mind, that also helps. Not accepting any type of barriers, not accepting that you can't do this or you can't go this far, or you can't see and talk about certain things. Like, the amount of control over your own mind that you have is remarkable once you get rid of all of that fear. All right? Start loving your wrinkles. Start loving your grays. And stop burning down so many damn bridges. What else? Yeah, stop burning down so many bridges. I mean, God is good, and you will always have God. But guess what? God put people in our lives so that we can build with, so that we can make things better. Just because you're set in your ways don't mean that you don't have to bend, that you don't have to negotiate. Sometimes you have to. And sometimes you should want to, because we also must realize that it's not always about us. Sometimes God put people in our lives that we are to help in some type of way. They might be a hindrance at first. They might get on your damn nerves, completely just annoy the hell out of you. But they might be your assignment. What if you've given up too quick? Just saying. All right, I'm done, man. Love y'all. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Y'all have an amazing day. And thank you again for clicking the play button. Thank you to all my blues. Thank you to the super chats. Thank you to anyone that purchased a coffee. And thank you to anyone that reached out to me for the YouTube consultation and for the YouTube course. Yeah. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have, trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing, we have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.